the Democratic Whip of the House, Mr. Clyburn.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Let me begin by thanking the Republican whip for his cooperation in getting all this done. My real colleague, my homeboy, Tom Rice, who represents Georgetown these days here in the Congress. Madam Speaker, you have been so prescient with so many things. I first approached the Speaker about naming a room here in this building for Joseph Rainey, and she was very receptive to doing so, but a bit hesitant in telling me where the room would be and when. Well, we all knew that December 12th was the 150th anniversary of his having been sworn in, but she had something else in mind, and she came up with room 150. It's so appropriate for that to be, and there right at where all of the sort of mementos that have been established by the clerk. Thank you so much for that. And then we started doing a little research. Maybe she had done it before. It would not surprise me if she had. And found out that room 150 was a room that Rainey met in often as a member of the Indian Affairs Committee. And it was so appropriate. Now, what I did not know until we started walking through was it's now occupied by the Republican whip. But he is pleased to move over. But, you know, that too was historic. Joseph S. Rainey was a Republican. Yeah. And so you ought not feel too anxious about that. He's right there. But I want to thank all of them for doing this. As many of you know, I'm a stickler for getting the history right, really getting it right, and paying honor where it should be paid. And so I'm going to reiterate that Joseph H. Rainey was the first African-American elected to the United States Congress. There were a couple of senators who were appointed to the United States Congress, but he was the first elected one. And I think the little county of Georgetown, I know they're very proud of Rainey. They've named a park years ago. I was pleased to be a part of that in his honor. And I think it's important for many, many reasons. It's important because we are at a point in the country where people are mislabeling what this is all about. We're here because of an historic fact, not a theory, a fact. And we're here to honor an historic figure, not a theory, but a person. And I think it's important for us to recognize that and not let these historic facts and figures get muddled with foolishness. I think that's very important. I have children. I have grandchildren. I want them to feel as proud of this country as I am. But I always say to people, just remember, anything that's happened before can happen again. And when I go around my lovely state, people often refer to me as the first African-American to serve in the United States Congress. I'm the 9th from South Carolina. The problem is there are 95 years between number 8 and number 9. 95 years. Anything that's happened before can happen again. That's why it's so critical for us to keep things in the proper perspective and remember, history should be learned from and therefore honored. That's why we're here today. And I want to thank this family for coming here and being a part of this.